Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. So here we are. It is a beautiful Thursday morning, afternoon, or evening, depends when you are watching this video. But either way, we've got something for you to do today. Something fun, something you can learn from, and hopefully something you can do with the peeps around you. Keep you guys all busy. So what are we doing today? We've got a fun little math game in store. But before we jump into our math game, of course, we have our riddle. So today's riddle is, this one's a little, you gotta think, but do you? I don't know. You decide. All right, I'll stop talking and I'll just tell you. So our riddle today is, what month has 28 days? All right. Now at the end of the video, I will ask one more time and we'll see who knows the answer. But for now, we've got some activities to do. Today, our math game is something super fun that can be played by yourself or with a bunch of pals, but pals you've been socially distancing with. So, what are we doing? What do we need? I'll tell you what we need, and then I'll break down exactly what we'll be using it for. So, what do we need? You're gonna need scissors. So make sure you get permission. You don't want to be using these without permission from mom, dad, whoever. Scissors, a marker, and tape. A piece of paper you're able to fold, and then last but not least, pardon the loud introduction, tissue paper. Now, what in the world are we going to be doing with all of these things? How does that make a math game? Well, our math game is going to be a skill-based math game. So, if you're good at making paper airplanes, you'll probably be good at our game. If that wasn't hint enough, we are going to be playing a paper airplane game. What we'll be doing is putting the tissue paper across our doorways. So, if you don't have tissue paper, wrapping paper, newspaper, if you have to tape together or glue together, printer paper, that works as well. It's really what you have available to you that works. I just happen to have tissue paper. Now what we're going to do, I'll show you shortly, but I just want to give you the rundown, give you the details, is we're going to cut holes and number them. Now at the end of the game, you'll have a minute, you'll have whatever time you allot yourself to get the paper airplane through the little spaces you've cut out in your tissue paper. Now they'll all have numbers, and at the end of that time, you're gonna either multiply them, subtract them, or add them. And if you want, you can do some fun division in there, make it a situational, do 2 divided by 1, something like that. It's all up to you. Whatever you're comfortable with, whatever you wanna learn to become stronger at, this is a great opportunity to do that. So stick around and I'll show you how to make our game. So, tissue paper is really hard to work with, and by hard, I just mean it's loud, and I don't want to crinkle and crumple it in front of the camera, and you can't hear the directions I'm giving. So, for that reason, I'm going to be showing you all how to fold your tissue paper and cut it on a regular piece of paper. So, what we're going to do is we are going to take our paper, and we're going to fold it into fourths, meaning we are going to go half, and half, so fourths. When we open it back up, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 sections. Now, once we fold it back up again, we're gonna do it one more time. So, boom. From there, we are going to make a circle, a rectangle, whatever shape you make your paper airplane to be, just make sure it can fit through, because it would be really stinky to make all this and then not have a paper airplane that can fly through. So now I'm gonna swap out my paper for some real tissue paper and show you exactly how to cut it. All right, so. Hi, hello, how you doing? Nice to see you. So this is what I meant. Now we have our airplane-sized holes. So we're ready to move to the next step and hang it up and label it. So let's go do that. All right, here we are. We've got it all set up. I went ahead and I added a middle hole because I realized that when I hung out my tissue paper, I needed two. So I had to adapt and readjust, but I used the same method for cutting my holes out. You can add as many holes or as little holes as you want, but I recommend at least 10 because then it makes it fun. So I've got my paper airplane right here. She's looking sharp, and I'm ready to try it out. So here we are. Let's see if I can do one. Oh wow. I will not be very good at this game, but I will give it more tries. What did you guys think? I thought that game was really fun, and hopefully you guys can get more airplanes through the squares than I can. I do not have very good aim. Whew, not at all. But it was really fun, and if I had gotten any, actually I only did get one. I know. I only got one, and it was 6. Of course, it was the only time I wasn't filming. So 6 plus 0 equals 6. Not a winning score. Let me know if you guys do better. I'm sure you will. So now that we've had this awesome activity, we've learned a new game, we can strengthen our skills. Like I said, you can take all the numbers that you've scored, that your paper airplane went through, and add them, multiply them, subtract them, learn some negatives, you know? There's so much potential for this game. But now we've kind of talked about it, let's move on to our positive action or positive tip of the day. Today, we are talking about self-pity. So self-pity isn't something that right off the bat is bad. No. We've all been in situations where we feel self-pity, and it's really normal. It's a healthy thing to feel. When it becomes unhealthy or maybe not so normal is when it becomes a habit. So we are feeling this way all the time. We pity ourselves all the time. My mom used to say, oh, woe is me. And that's kind of what pity is. We just feel bad. We feel down on ourselves. Now, like I said, is it off the bat bad, automatically bad? No. It's when it becomes a habit and you become complacent within that habit. So you're just comfortable with feeling badly. And that's something that does not serve us, right? I always say we want to grow. We want to become the best version we can of ourselves. And while pity can help us learn, it is not going to be an emotion that really propels us forward to do better, right? So if you're having trouble working through that pity, reach out. But if not, I really compel you or encourage you to try and make a list of things you can improve on. Things that your pity is maybe calling out, like, I feel really bad that I haven't done this, or this. Well, maybe it's time to do this, and this. These aren't always the things we want to do, but are things we have to do to grow. So now that we've talked about this, let's move on to our book. We've just left off on chapter 2, and I'm excited to jump back in. If you guys last remember, we left off in the middle of chapter 2. Peter has not told anyone about his mom being pregnant, only his few friends, Jimmy and Sheila had something to say about it. So now Jimmy's going to ask his mom, what's the real deal? What's really going on? So let's see what happens. I went upstairs and I asked my mom, isn't 34 too old to be having a baby? I don't think so, Mom said. Why? Just wondering. You know, Grandma had Aunt Linda when she was 38. Oh, so my mother wasn't the oldest woman in the world to be having a baby, and Sheila didn't know what she was talking about, as usual. On February 26th, while my 5th grade class was on a trip to the Metropolitan Museum of Art, my sister was born. Later, I found out that she was born exactly at 2:04 in the afternoon, just as we were in the Egyptian room studying the mummies. We just read a book about mummies. They named her Tamara Roxanne, but for weeks, everybody called her the baby. The baby is crying. The baby is hungry. Shush. The baby is sleeping. Soon, instead of calling her the baby, Mom started saying dumb things like, "How's my little Tootsie Wootsie?" As if the baby could answer her. Does my little Tootsie Wootsie need to be changed? Yes, almost always. Does my little Tootsie Wootsie need a feeding? Yes, almost always. And Mom's little Tootsie Wootsie never slept more than 2 hours at a time. Every night, I'd wake up to her howls. Turtle, who slept at the foot of my bed, woke up too. Then he'd howl along with her, a regular duet. By the time she was 1 month old, everybody was calling her Tootsie. Right away, I could see that there would be problems. I tried to warn my mother and father. When she goes to school with a name like that, the kids are going to tease her. They'll call her Tootsie Roll, or worse. Mom and Dad just laughed. "Oh, Peter, you're so funny." Only I wasn't being funny at all. I knew what I was talking about, but there was nothing I could do. I had one brother called Fudge, and now I had a sister called Tootsie. Maybe what my parents really wanted was a candy factory. I wondered how come I got off so easy. Tootsie was much smaller than I'd expected, but she was tough. I found that out when Fudge tried to pull off her toes. "I just wanted to see what would happen," he exclaimed when Tootsie screamed. "You must never do that again," Mom told him. "How would you like it if Peter tried to pull off your toes?" I couldn't help laughing at that one. "Peter knows my toes don't come off," Fudge said. "Well, neither do Tootsie's," Mom said. One afternoon, I came home from school. Tootsie wasn't in her crib. I figured Mom was feeding her, so I went to the bedroom to say hello. Mom was lying on a bed with her hands over her eyes. "Hi," I said. "Where's Tootsie?" "In her crib asleep," Mom muttered. "No, she's not." Oh no. That seems like a perfect place to end it. We'll see where Tootsie is in our next video. So stick around and I'll see you tomorrow. But wait, before I go, oh no, I did not forget our riddle. So, who remembers our riddle? What month has 28 days? Now, did you think about it? Or did you think about it? Because when I thought about it, I said February. But then when I thought about it, I said every month. And you know what the answer is? Every month. Every month has at least 28 days. See, they tried to trick you. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I'll see you again tomorrow. Thanks for watching.